Well, these events are quite spectacular. There has been in Tunisia at least a partial victory for popular forces, expelled the dictator, blocked his efforts to reinstall a similar government. Where it'll go from here, hard to say. Egypt is just a remarkable demonstration of courage and enthusiasm on the part of a great mass of the population. I mean, to liberate Tahrir Square, to drive out the police, to stand up against state power, and to keep at it, to keep expanding the protests. That's really impressive. Very hard to think of counterparts anywhere in the world. I mean, people are comparing it with Eastern Europe, but it's nothing at all like that. I mean, for one thing, there's no Gorbachev among the imperial powers, and for another, the United States and its allies are, we have to remember, pursuing their standard position. Democracy is fine, at least up to a point, in enemy domains, but we don't want it in our backyard. Democracy is okay only if it supports strategic and economic objectives. So the protesters in Eastern Europe had very powerful support from the major powers in the world and not too much resistance, whereas here it's quite different. There's no great power support. The U.S. and France, in the case of North Africa particularly, are doubtless trying to figure out how to keep to the standard playbook in such cases. We have to remember that there is a long series of cases where it has become impossible to support some favored tyrant, and there's a standard routine at that point. You support him as long as possible. When it becomes impossible, for example, if the army turns against him, then turn 180 degrees, pretend to be supporting the popular uprising, erase the past. Of course, the past is embarrassing, and then work hard to try to restore a situation rather similar to the one that preceded, perhaps with some new names. That's the playbook. That's what the U.S., and Britain, and France have done repeatedly in recent years. Marcos in the Philippines, Duvalier in Haiti, Chun in South Korea, Ceausescu in Romania, who was a darling of the West.